Both teams have got 11 players on the pitch. We're also going to go to the left-hand side from this dugout, from this free kick routine, or kick-off routine, because they've got everyone. May, Osadebe, Doige, Garrick on the left-hand side. Nobody on the right. McAllister goes back all the way to Can in goal, and he goes down the left-hand side looking for Doige, who chests it down, finds McAllister. He might have a shot at the edge of the penalty area, just goes wide for a goal kick. Half falls it to be a corner from our angle. Baptiste, the Wealdstone keeper, didn't move too much. It looked pretty close, but he comfortably thought it was going wide.
Yeah, well, he was in a central position, wasn't he? Just outside of the D, McAllister on his right foot. Just seemed to hit it into the ground itself, and it rolled past the keeper's post. But yeah, Adam May thought it was a corner, thought it might have taken a deflection, but the referee and officials think otherwise.
Ball goes off for throw, and it does right in front of us, Forest Green's way. We're only, 5 rows deep in quite a shallow stand here in Wealdstone, so quite level with the pitch as Robson throws the ball down the line, looking for Doige, goes over the top of him and easily cleared by Wealdstone. Innes puts the hand up to the sun, so there's going to cause a few problems looking into it. Forest Green will be doing defensively in this half. Randall goes down the right hand side, plays it into the middle, but it's intercepted by May, plays it all to Doige, who gets sandwiched out between Dyer and Woodman, and Wealdstone looks to play the ball back, but Forest Green putting a bit of a press on here, and Wealdstone go up the line, cleared by Harris, looking for Doige, got arms all over him, but Francis Chorley looking for McAllister, and McAllister laid a bit of a boot in there. Referee gives a free kick Wealdstone's way. Doige saying he should have got one earlier, and it looked like at that point they're Forest Green playing with a front two with McAllister and Doige both quite central.
Yeah, it was McAllister who tried to hold the ball up and lay it into the path of Christian Doige, who was trying to close down a loose ball, but caught his man instead with his studs, and Wealdstone just taking their time over this free kick. The keeper's going to take it 5 yards outside of his box, but it's held up in the wind.
It's showing how much the wind is having an impact here, despite it being sunny. Also, Davey heads the ball back. In this sense, to work hard to get his head onto it. And Wealdstone do come away with it, though, looking to go down the right-hand side. Walker's the option, but Robson does well to read it and intercept and play it forward and win himself a throw. And good work from Robson to read that, because there's a bit of a threat from Wealdstone.
Yeah, there's 3 times now, 3 instances where the Wealdstone player's gone up for a header on this near side touchline, but been facing the sun and mistimed their jump and made no contact with the ball because they didn't know where it was. So Osadebe wrestles away from Cisse
and plays it across to the right hand side. Long, his first meaningful touch crosses the halfway line, got McAllister to his right, but Wealdstone are backing off him, plays it behind to Osadebe, who finds Bunker in the midfield today. McAllister with a searching ball looking for Doige in the middle, gets the goal control in the penalty area, plays second touch, goes goal bound and just gets cleared off the line from Wealdstone and Baldwin. Great stuff from Forest Green, beautiful first touch from Doige, and his second touch just didn't have enough purchase to go past the keeper.
I'll tell you what, I think that's got held up in the sand in the goal line. That is an outstanding piece of work from Christian Doige. Just kind of peels away from his defender, who misjudges the flight of the ball, goes over his head, he touches it into the penalty area, tries to chip it over the keeper from a tight angle. We thought it was rolling into the bottom corner, but it just didn't have the legs, did it?
Well, the keeper was beat, but you're right, they're in that penalty, in that both 6-yard boxes. It's got some heavy sand, and you're right, I think it might have been caught up in there, and there's a free kick's given Wealdstone's way, won by Cisse. But yeah, it just looked like once the keeper was beat, the balls were going to trigger in the back of the net.
Well, it was a really simple ball really from McAllister on his left foot, just clipped it into the box. Christian Doige on the end of it. It really should be 1-0 Forest Green.
It's 0-0 though here at Wealdstone. 3 minutes gone at Grosvenor Vale. And they're quite well populated here at the moment, actually. Here, they get the average attendance is about 1,300. I reckon there could be a few more here enjoying the weather. Wealdstone currently above the top 4, bottom 4. But yeah, they do survival of relegation isn't a given at all yet for them. Innes marches the ball out for Forest Green goal kick in front of those travelling fans. Camped in the corner there.
It's a new ground for them to visit, isn't it? It's the first time that the club have been here, so maybe that'll entice a few more supporters out to tick it off their list of grounds to have visited.
No Wealdstone Raider we've seen.
Not yet.
No.
I'll keep my eyes out for him. I'll be a Wealdstone Raider watch.
He's went viral. It was a video 10-15 years ago, the Wealdstone Raider, famous saying, if you want some, I'll give it ya. As Deutsch sees the ball over to McAllister on the right hand side. Garrick's in the middle, they can't find him, and it's easily cleared by Wealdstone. Robson tries to play the ball away. He's been hassled by Reed, but does well to find Harris. Forward to Osadebe on the halfway line, back to Robson. Forrest in their away pink and black zebra stripe kit. Looking nice against the royal blue tops of Wealdstone, white shorts and white socks. And May plays it back to Innes. Steve Cottrell versus the Wealdstone Raider would be a conversation to worth reviewing. So I think Steve Cottrell might want some.
I think you might give it him as well.
As Deutsch is found by Can. Looking for McAllister. Do you think they do seem to be both McAllister and Deutsch being more up front than Garrick today? Not just your normal front three. As Wealdstone had the ball on the halfway line. Randall's an option on the right hand side. They play it through the defence. As well charged down by Garrick. Off for a Wealdstone throw. Still goalless here after a packed match day, packed weekend on BBC Radio Gloucestershire Sport. Early kick-off when Cheltenham Town lost to Doncaster by 2-0. Here in the National League, it's Wealdstone 0, Forest Green Rovers 0. As Wealdstone had the ball in the final third of the Forest Green half. Touch to the left-hand side. Forest Green got numbers back. They put the ball on the floor into the box, but it's easily cleared up by May. As calm as ever, it's getting that touch away in his own penalty area and playing the ball further up the half to McAllister, who wins us off a throw. And this afternoon at 5:30 in the European Challenge Cup action as Gloucester travel to Montpellier. The commentary on BBC Radio Gloucestershire. Then tomorrow, it's FA Vase action. It's Hartbury that's overturned 2-goal deficit in the second leg of the FA Vase semi-final. Commentary on BBC Radio Gloucestershire. Garrick, it finds Bunker just on the halfway line. He falls back into his own half to Innes, who's created a safety option there. And Long's found on the right. Forward to McAllister. 7 minutes gone. The only real chance coming from that Christian Deutsch effort, where he's chipping over the keeper from 6 yards out. Held up in the 6-yard box, and a fair bit of sand they've got there.
We say chip, the keeper was committed to the ground, so it was just like a little lift over the top. But it wasn't
a one-on-one situation.
Wasn't a chip in the traditional sense of seeing the keeper off his line and just to clear that one up.
Yeah, clip over him as he was coming out to narrow the angle. Garrick in the Wealdstone half. Robson's made an option in front of him, drawing a man as well. Goes to Osadebe in the middle. Deutsch wants it in there, but he's looking to find Garrick. It was just too powerfully hit. Garrick came away from his man. He found himself space in the penalty area. Osadebe's pass was overhit for a goal kick.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad move, really, was it? There was so much space for Robson and Garrick on this left channel. They weren't closed down, and they were able to work that opportunity. As you say, just overhit to the path of Garrick, who continued his run.
As Baldwin goes into the Forest Green half. Harris has committed himself, which made space for Cisse on the edge of the area, looking to get a shot away. Taps to the right hand side, ball across to the post is cleared by May yet again, but there was Wealdstone players diving in, and Garrick looking to dribble the ball out, but he gets dispossessed, and Randall gets the ball back for the home team. Into the box again the ball goes, but again it's cleared by Forest Green. Osadebe to Bunker. McAllister's making a run, but it's overhit. Well, it's underhit actually. It's McAvoy comes away with it. Half chance to break there for Forest Green. Right idea, just not the right ball. And Wilson got a bit of pressure on Forest Green at the moment. It's turning a press on, and you look at Osadebe's under a bit of hassle in his own half, and McAllister forced to go long and can't find Deutsch.
Well, they played a really dangerous ball across the 6-yard box, which had to be dealt with by the Forest Green defenders. It was done so with a player throwing his body in front of it. I didn't see who it was. I think it could have been Adam May at the near post, but Forest Green then failed to clear the second ball convincingly, and now Wealdstone have got a bit of possession, haven't they?
To add to the quattro of Gloucestershire sport commentary this weekend. There's a fifth, of course, with the cricket, as Wilson go down the right-hand side. Cisse keeps the ball on well. Back to Randall. And there's space for Dyer. Spreads it to the left-hand side, where there's a lot of space for Wilson. Poor touch, though, from Carriol, who had a good, 10 metres of no Foskey play around him. Just couldn't control the ball and it goes off for a throw.
Yeah, I think it's come off his shin pad and just kind of hit that awkward part of it where it's just gone completely in a different direction. Or maybe it was as simple as just taking your eye off the ball, assuming that you're going to control it, thinking one step ahead before you've actually got to that point. But Forest Green now with a throw-in on the far side, edging ever closer to their own technical area.
Yeah, in the cricket, Derbyshire 336 for 7 in response to Gloucestershire's 222 all out. It's full commentary that on the BBC Sport app and website, keeping you across all Gloucestershire sport today. And it's half-time. Steve Kitchen will give you the latest results from the local football teams, some of which they had badges for sale here. We said earlier before kick-off that they're selling badges of, well, Ruben, you picked up a Forest Green badge or two.
I did indeed. I picked up 2 Forest Green badges. There was I think there was a Brockworth one, a Tewkesbury one.
Tuffley, Gloucester City. Yeah. There's a real old school badge collection.
It's a collector's paradise, really, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. And they had all the levels, and they had the Forest Green badges. Talking of Gloucester City, they're currently 1-0 down against Dorchester. Randall in his own half plays it forward. 11 minutes gone, still goalless. He's got space on the halfway line. No one's really charging him down. He goes back into his own half through McAvoy, and they're going down the left-hand side again. Wealdstone. It's tapped off for thrown by Ryan Innes. I think I'm putting a long one in a Wealdstone. But Dyer retrieves it in open play. Plays the ball into the 6-yard box. The header by Innes goes off for a corner, but it's getting saved there by Cam. The ball was kept in. It's dropping underneath his post, and Cam had to put a punch in to get the ball away from the danger zone. Another ball played into the box, and there's space for Wilson. Has a shot now, and Cam dives to his right-hand side and clutches it second time round. Corner shot at the edge of the area. And Wilson just turning the pressure on the last few minutes. Yeah,
it's good work from Ted Cam, though, in the Forest Green goal. That clearance from Innes just kind of lofted over into the 6-yard box, and I think Ted Cam might have lost it ever so slightly in the sunlight. Just kind of dives up and sticks a hand out, lands in the sand patch on his goal line. It flies up everywhere, and then has to make another save at his near post, which he does so very well.
Deutsch looking to find McAllister. Deutsch picks up the second ball though as Wilson try and clear. They don't do the very successful clearance. It goes off for a Forest Green throw, 10 yards or so up from the corner flag. No Knowles or Tozer in the starting 11. They're both on the bench. However, Ryan is trotting into the box, and Sean Long's getting onto it. I wonder if Sean Long's been practicing his long throws midweek, because it looks like he's going to be trying to get one into the area.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen him take a long throw before. I've only ever seen him take short throws. But he's gearing up, isn't he?
A long throw. Just sounds nice.
It does. It rolls off the tongue, and it's short.
Innes is in the area, but he does play it short. And he gets the ball second time into the box now, Long. Bringing the ball with dribbling, and he gets it off for a corner. Caught everyone off guard there, Long.
Yeah, I thought he was going to go for the big one into the box. Go short, and Forest Green earned themselves a corner from that.
Their first of the game. Callister May over it. Innes still up there from the throw-in. Innes on the far post. Harris is going to the 6-yard box where it's pretty congested there. Got McAllister and May over it. May is the short option. McAllister to take. Long's at the edge of the area, but it goes into the 6-yard box, goes over the keeper, goes over the bar through a Forest Green overhead as well. And Harris is pretty certain that was a Forest Green corner. I thought it might come off a defender, but it goes off for a goal kick.
Well, whoever it came off, they didn't know about it at all, did they? It just kind of hit someone's head and wasn't actually far away from going in. It just goes over the crossbar by a couple of centimetres. I don't think there was any real complaints from the Forest Green players that it should have been another corner, but
Baptiste just beat the keeper though, wasn't he? He was on his near post, went over the top of him. 14 minutes gone here on BBC Radio Gloucestershire. Wealdstone 0, Forest Green Rovers 0. Forest Green want the offside flag to go off, but it stays down as they go down the left to Wealdstone. Forest going to track him back, but the ball playing to the 6-yard box, headed clear from Harries, finds us a Davey. Still deep in his own half, dribbles the ball away to Robson on the left. He's the ball back into Bunker. He's got a man on him, but calmly plays it around Walker. Trots away with it, still Bunker. Back to Harries. Forrest can just slowing the tempo of the game down. And Robson goes over the top, and I'm not sure expecting Garrick Oster-Davey to get on the end of it. Oster-Davey gets the thumbs up, there's about 30 yards in front of him. And Wealdstone come away with it. In the middle, Walker. Stirs the ball at his feet, taps it to the left-hand side. Wilson just slowly trying to feel for the ball. Forest Green doing well forcing them back and doing even better for McAllister to get the ball back for Forest Green. Deutsch looks to play the ball forward to McAllister. Well read there by the Wealdstone defence, because that was a chance for Forest Green to break forward, and Woodman came sliding in at the important time just as Deutsch was going to unleash Carl McAllister.
Yeah, big header one there by Robson. And the ball just kind of lofted into the air, lots of backspin, caught up in the wind. Wilson just struggling to break out their own defence at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah, but they're doing so now. Randall making them one on the right, being searched for by Krashimer. Harris gets there first and gets an important boot away. Krashimer gets the ball back, winning the first ball, so Davey wins a second and finds Garrick. Ooh, let's go past one. Might have shown too much the ball, but as well to recover. Goes the ball at the edge of the penalty area. Wins up a free kick as well. The dangerous area, this quite central.
That's a really nice position for a free kick.
Perfect, yeah. It looked like Garrett, didn't they? Just showed too much of the ball, but did well to just put on his afterburners and just. I think he's in full control of that. He knew exactly what he was doing.
I think this position is maybe where you really would like to see Charlie McCann on the pitch to take this set piece, but Adam May stood over it with Carl McAllister.
Just Cleve Neil Shaw 3-1. Local latest scoring in Gloucestershire. May and McAllister over it. Similar sort of position when May scored that goal last week. Maybe McAllister needs to just chip it up for him to whack it on the half volley. So what, about 30 yards away from goal?
25, 30, give or take.
May looks like he's gearing up to take it. Looks like he's gearing up himself to have a shot as well, you know. Innes is calling for it. It is May. Has the shot. It's well taken. Hits the crossbar off for a goal kick. That was inches away from being perfect.
Well, that was a rocket, wasn't it? That just pinged off the crossbar, goes over the stand behind the goal, lands in someone's back garden. They'll have a nice souvenir of this game. But what an effort that was from Adam May.
Yeah, it was a really good effort. You thought he's not known necessarily for taking those sort of free kicks, but had the confidence of last week and decided to go for the shot and had some decent pace onto it. Oster-Davey moves the ball down well. Looking to find Garrett, comes away from his man, edge of the air, might have the shot, does have a shot and scores for Forest Green. Jordan Garrett puts his team in front, fixes his position perfectly after picking up the ball midway in the Wealdstone half, drives on forward, fancies a shot, and Jordan Garrett put the visitors 1-0 up.
Yeah, what a goal that was. He picks it up, he just drives forward, doesn't he? He did it a couple of minutes ago where he powered forward and won that free kick that Adam May hit the crossbar with. He just does a similar thing, but this time strikes it and it rolls into the bottom corner. Keeper frustrated either with himself or with his defence for not closing it down afterwards, but Forest Green, that is the start they need. Inside 20 minutes, they lead by 1-0.
That's a good goal, that from Jordan Garrick, and it was well worked from Forest Green. I think it might have been Oster-Davey, was it? He played the ball forward to him, but Garrick did the hard work by not bringing the ball down well and driving on forward and getting into that shooting position after winning the free kick a few moments before when May hit the crossbar. And it was really well placed as well, wasn't it? Whether he said the keeper could have got down to it, but just on the inside of the side netting. And Deutsch charges down Woodman from the kick-off. I thought he probably deserve that lead. You think of the Deutsch chance early on and hitting the post a few minutes ago as Oster-Davey on the end of a flick on from Deutsch, close past the keeper, being forced wider from goal and wins up a corner. Forest Green are playing really well after going 1-0 up. a bit of relief to them. I think Wealdstone a bit rattled as well.
Yeah, also Davey does really well there, gets goal side of his defender, and then the keeper's committed himself off the line. The defenders had to get that right, otherwise they're at risk of conceding a penalty, but they've conceded the corner for now.
Forest Green's second, they're first on the left-hand side. They've pushing men towards the far post in that congested 6-yard box. May with the corner. Made in towards the far post. The keeper gets a touch onto it. It goes off for a corner on the far side. And they do good with these corners, aren't they? It's quite simple stuff. And you've seen a few times this season from opposition, just putting it in the 6-yard box and causing a bit of carnage with congested area.
Yeah, I think what they'd be better off doing is sticking someone at the back post quite far out from the action, because the keeper comes for the balls in the box. He likes to punch them away, just like he did on the previous corner. He went out and punched it with 2 fists, and it's gone out for another set piece. But if it goes into the path, who knows what could happen.
Corner for Forest Green. Referee blows up just as McAllister's to unleash the trigger, putting the ball in. A lot of pushing and shoving in that 6-yard box. And there, it's pretty simple stuff Forest Green to do with these corners. I'm sure there's quite a lot of theory of the runs off the ball, and you can see Doyle's trying to get from his man. Innes goes towards the near post. Keeper half punches clear, and it goes off Harry's for a goal kick. He was trying to usher the ball out for a corner, but it came off and hit him on the back and went off him for a goal kick.
But again, the keeper, Baptiste, tries his best, doesn't he, to come out and meet the ball. Doesn't rely on his defenders to do it. You'll command his area, which I suppose is good, confident goalkeeping.
And it's 21 minutes gone. Wealdstone 0, Forest Green Rovers 1. Garrett, the goal scorer. As Wealdstone clear up the line. Robson wins the header. I think it's a bit off put by the sun then, which is in full view today. Beautiful weather. Apart from your pollen, Ruben, how are you coping with it?
Yeah, it's nice. You know, I'm fair-haired, you know, red hair, fair skin.
Pollen causing you troubles?
Yeah, it's not a great day out. It's good. It is what it is. I'm enjoying it.
Just listen to the commentary on BBC Radio Gloucestershire. Where Forest Green are leading by 1-0 midway in the first half. Worthy of it, I'd say. They could have put a bit of pressure putting the ball in the 6-yard box. Baldwin plays it back to his keeper Baptiste, who not the best clearance, and a few groans around.
It bobbled, didn't it, on its way to him?
Yeah, the pitch. Well, you've been out there, Ruben. There's more grass than you've seen a lot of away pitches the last few weeks, but a little bit bobbly out there.
The thing is, though, it didn't look bobbly. I don't think it does still. It looks absolutely fine, but it is just sitting up as it rolls along the surface.
Robson plays it forward intelligently. Garrick at the edge of the area, goes past one man in the box looking for his second, plays it across goal and goes back to Robson. Robson might have won himself a corner, puts it across goal himself. May controls it to Bunker, leading it for Long, thinks about shooting, taps it to McAllister instead, back heels it to Long, puts the ball into the area. Doige can't get onto the end of it, and May was about to unleash another half volley, but the ball got nipped off him at the last moment.
Forest Green look confident, don't they, when they go forward? They're always thinking about the attack, which is fresh and exciting to see.
And May gets the ball back. Forest Green looking to get a chance away, but they try and find Innes, but he had a man on him, and he gives the ball away quite cheaply again. And Crushman gets the ball back for the home team, being hassled by Robson. Free kick against him for a bit of a shirt pull.
And gets penalised for taking the free kick quickly. Apparently the ball's still rolling. Not entirely convinced it was, but I think the ball needs to be changed, actually. He just booted it off the pitch and the new one has come in. That'll be white.
Oh yeah, so he must have
that makes sense.
A bit of a puncher.
I'll let him off.
Bishop's Cleveland, well, 1-0 down against Shaftesbury. 2 quick goals and they're now leading by 2-1. Hartby Rugby are leading at half-time. Hartby football, of course, in action tomorrow. 12-7 is the half-time score. Forest going to have a throw on the halfway line. quite quiet at the moment. People just enjoying the afternoon sun. May finds Bunker, who goes past a couple of players with ease and finds Doyle, who's trying to play a little 1-2, but Bunker can't get on the end of it. And it gives away a free kick, I think. Or no, it goes off for a goal kick instead. And Forest Green trot back into their shape. Steve Cottrell sitting down in the Forest Green Rovers dugout. Dan Connor shouted instructions. Cottrell spoke to us before the game and did talk to us midweek. He took a step back last week in the press duties.
He's given the experience to his other staff members, wasn't he? Helping them for when they might move on or take the next step in their career. So speaking to the media is one of those duties that they have to do. It's not really something you can get too much experience or get trained how to do it. So it's a good opportunity for them. Steve Cottrell's an experienced manager to know that will help them going forward anyway. So yeah, I think nothing wrong with that at all.
Robson on the halfway line finds Garrick to May. Fosking playing well, 1-0 up here on BBC Radio Gloucestershire for 25 minutes. And ball over the top goes into the hands of Baptiste. Talking of Hartbury, of course, the commentary on the FA Vars tomorrow on BBC Radio Gloucestershire as they host Whitstable Town. Commentary on all frequencies. They try and overturn that 2-goal deficit and try and get to Wembley, which is what Forest Green is also trying to do this season. They're mathematically impossible them going up automatically. The playoffs is all they've got. The referee's having a word with, I think he's saying the ball's gone again. He's having a little feel for it. They said that's all right. He was on ball inflation duties.
He's in his own head now, isn't he?
He is.
He's going to think every ball's got a problem.
It's Ballgate at NFL. You know your American football as Bobson goes down the left-hand side, puts the correctly inflated ball into the box, and McAllister comes away on the far post. Bunker with the shot, gets charged down and goes off for a Forest Green throw. Forest Green on top here. Wilson are a bit rattled. Forest Green looking to get their second, leading by a 1-0. Looking for options from the throw. Long to May, gives it back too long. Who stands on the ball, so I want to help the ball inflation, and fortuitously falls to a Bunker. Back to May, put the ball into the area, can't find Doige, and Baptiste comes and holds onto the ball, the Wilson keeper. And not the most entertaining games. Forest Green have got that 1-goal advantage.
But they do look like they can score every time they go forward, Forest Green, and I think they might be a little bit frustrated that they haven't really worked the keeper more than they already have.
Wilson looking to work the Forest Green keeper, going down the right hand side through Randall. First time ball into the box, into the 6-yard box, and it's with the header, a powerful one, finding Oster Davey. Touches to Garrick on the halfway line, looks and assesses his options, thinks about going himself. There's a lot of pink support in the midfield, one of them being May. Spreads it to Long on the right. Cottrell shouting instructions to his team as Wilson have got numbers back behind the ball now. Bunker needs the man on shout, he had a man behind him, but finds Robson well. A lot of space for him, puts the ball looking for Doige in the area, but gets cleared off him, and Wilson come away with it. Through Cisse. Tapped back to Carriel. This is not the best ball forward, and Foster come away with it. Bunker being hassled. Does well to find Innes. To McAllister in the Wilson half. Falls back onto the halfway line to Innes. I think Wilson might just be going, although they are 1 goal behind, so might a bit of safety first and defensive. They're just going a bit deeper because they know the Forest Green are in the ascendants. Bishop's Cleeve is now 3-1 up at Shaftesbury. I think we're going 1-0 down. We'll have a look at those National League scores as well, Ruben, shortly. As Garrett goes on the left-hand side, found by Oster Davey. Trying to keep the ball on, but the ball just sped up a little bit, went off for a goal kick. Any other goals in the National League, Ruben?
Well, the early kick-off was AFC Fylde 1, York 3, Altrincham Yeovil 0-0, Braintree Barnet 0-0, Gateshead beating Dagenham and Redbridge by 1-0 so far. Hartlepool Ebbsfleet 0-0, Maidenhead United 1-0 up against Tamworth, Sutton United Southend 0-0 and Wealdstone 0, Forest Green Rovers 1.
That's what they're all about, thanks to Jordan Garrick. Half an hour mark here. Wealdstone 0, Forest Green Rovers 1. Referee's making sure the third and second in the right place for Wealdstone. There's only one more Saturday 3 o'clock kickoff for Forest Green. End of the season. A 5:30 kickoff against Gateshead next week at home. It's the Easter weekend, and Forest Green travel to Mark Cooper's Yeovil on Good Friday and host Tamworth on Monday. It's that last 3 o'clock kickoff the week after as they host Oldham, the last home game in the normal league season, before the long trip to Hartlepool on the first bank holiday in May. And then it's playoff time. I think a win today will cement themselves in the playoffs. It's just whereabouts they're going to finish. As long as for Doidge, who dummies it and allows Garrick to try and get onto the end of it, but it is Baptiste, the Wilson keeper, read it well and came to the edge of his box to clutch it.
I think Baptiste has actually been really positive in the Wealdstone goal. He's always in a good starting position to come out and nullify anything coming forward. And when the deliveries come into the box, he's always trying his best to clear it himself. Always looking for options going forward.
Wilson looking to go for themselves. They can't get past Innes, who finds Bunker. Goes to Robson on the left-hand side, still in his own half. Doidge wants it quickly. He gets it quickly and flicks it onto McAllister, who chests the ball down. Needs a bit of support, McAllister. Got a wall of blue and white in front of him. Taps to Osadebe. Too long on the right-hand side. Finds Doidge in the area. Might left it for Garrett. Garrett gets the ball back, edge of the box. They're going to turn away. Just can't get the shot away at the moment. All the way back to May. Long on the right, screaming for it, and gets it. Doidge and Garrick in the area. Back to May. May to Robson. Gets charged down, but does well to find Garrick, and he first gets to the Doidge, just gets the ball nipped off him. But Bunker recycles. They've been quite well drilled at Wealdstone. They're not letting Garrick get a sniff, are they? They've seen him score the opener already, but he just cannot turn towards goal when the ball at his feet there at the edge of the box. Still Forest Green in possession in their own half now. May goes over the top and gets the thumbs up from Osadebe, but again it's too over hit, and the referee blows up again. Is he not happy with that ball? You're right, that ball's in his head, the inflation.
Yeah, it is. So he's got he's got rid of it, hasn't he?
He has.
It's the second ball now.
Someone's not done their job properly.
No.
I don't know how you gauge it. What's it, tyres? Is it BSI or is it BI? What's it, PSI?
PSI is
It's two,
tyres,
isn't it?
I don't know.
Is it the same when you inflate the balls or not? You have a little gauge.
I don't know.
That's two balls that haven't been inflated properly today. I wouldn't want to slander the company make the National League balls. I also don't know it.
Well, that's also a fair assessment then.
The referee restarts with another ball. And Innes looks up into the sun to get his protected glasses out there because he really was struggling with the sun. As well to get head onto it. Bunker battling on the halfway line. Finds Garrick. Back to Robson. Playing forward. Unleashes Osadebe down the left-hand side. Can he run out of pitch? No, he can't. No, he doesn't. He keeps it on. Turns past his man. Goes into the penalty now. Osadebe looking to get a shot away. Plays it across goal instead. McAllister leaves it. And May can't get the end of it. And Forest Green's a bit too unselfish then. Both Osadebe could have had a shot. Oh, could McAllister. That's left for May. And I guess if it fell to him, well, he would have had a clean shot, but it was intercepted.
Yeah, it felt like it was a bit too intricate at times. As you say, Osadebe could have rifled one in. He was really close to goal, actually, but played the ball unselfishly towards McAllister. You knew that maybe if he took a shot, it might have been deflected or blocked, so he stood over it, knowing that May was behind him, but the Wilson defender was alive to it, stuck his foot out, and they now have possession of the ball.
Great work by Osadebe as well. They thought he might have run out of pitch as Forest Green give away a free kick through Doidge, kept the ball on, then went past the man, drove into the penalty area. Definitely could have had a shot, got himself in a decent shooting position. So Forest Green are on top here, but is that one goal advantage? You think if it was 2-0 at half-time, probably would be about fair?
I think so, yeah. They ultimately need to score the second goal. We can't just sit here and say that they deserve to be 2 up, or they just have to do it on the pitch. And they've got 10 minutes left, give or take, with added time.
Wilson, though, going forward, spreading to the left-hand side through Carriol. to get a ball into the area. It's a wicked ball as well. Headed clear by Robson. Falls well for Randall. Osadebe looks to win the second ball, and Bunker wins himself a free kick. Good defending that from Osadebe. It looked like Randall had enough time then to take a touch and shot, but as soon as he took that touch, Osadebe was straight in there, nipping the ball back.
Yeah, he used his body well, didn't he? Stood in front of Randall and didn't let him really get the ball down. And then Forest Green win themselves a free kick through Harvey Bunker trying to play out from the back.
34 minutes gone here on BBC Radio Gloucestershire. Wealdstone 0, Forest Green Rovers 1. Thank you to Jordan Garrick. Deutsch finds Garrick on the left. Deutsch continues his run, but Garrick goes himself. Plays it back to Bunker. Spreading it to Osadebe. To McAllister on the far right. Also looking comfortable on the ball. Robson back to McAllister. Being forced further back. As Wealdstone come out, back to Brian Ennis. To Harris. Harris forward to Garrick, who goes past his, looking to go past his man. Just can't keep the ball in front of us. Literally about 5-6 yards in front of us. We're here in the mainish stand here.
I think there's a player down. He just got back to his feet. He was kind of blocked out by the advertising hoardings from us, wasn't he?
Garrick looks like a pass bowler, and he was the player down. Were those advertising hoardings shortly as Crushmere plays the ball back into his own half to McAvoy. Wealdstone had a bit of possession here the last minute or so. McAllister falls to do some defensive duties. Carriall playing the ball in front of him. Back to Cisse. All the way back to McAvoy.
I will say Wealdstone look really dangerous, and they trouble Forest Green when they put the ball in the box. When they cross, they look a bit uncertain, Forest Green at the back, and Wealdstone look like they maybe could really take advantage of that if they exploit it going forward.
Forest Green have the advantage. Referee's giving it to him because McAllister's going down the right hand side. Osadebe was fouled. Osadebe's got back up and might have won himself a throw in. No, he's giving away a free kick instead. He's taking the man down. Yeah, those advertising hoardings in front of us. Ruben, you spoke to Steve Cottrell before the game.
Don't bring this up.
It's too late. As he did the pre-match, had a little talk with the team, came over across the pitch because he did it on the far side here. Saw there was no gate. Judged that advertising hoarding in front of us. What do you reckon it is? 4.5, 5 foot?
It's quite tall.
Thought I could jump that.
Yeah, I thought I could jump that, and you were watching the entire time. I thought, I can make that.
I was thinking, you can't jump that.
I thought I could clear that without touching it at all.
Like
Turns out I just kind of crashed into the side of it, didn't I, to get over?
Thinking you were at the Grand National, and you got over.
I did get over, yeah.
Not the most gracious. There's Deutsch, you can hear the ooze there because Deutsch almost nipped the ball off Baptiste as the ball was played into his penalty area. And Baptiste did well to read it and confidently get the ball off Deutsch. Everybody to go for it. And did well actually try to pull out and not to get any contact on the keeper.
But again, the keeper was really advanced in his position on the edge of the box, wasn't he, to claim that?
Good bit of work from Wealdstone, spreading it to the right hand side. Thanks to Crushmar. But Garrett wins the ball back, who's performing well today, but he gets dispossessed, and another ball gets played into that 6-yard box off for Forest Green Rovers goal kick. Just the applause of the Forest Green fans behind the goal. It's hard to tell how many are there. There's a few on the side of the pitch in the corner, a few in the main stand. There's a terrace as well behind the goal as well. Like about 100 or so.
Yeah, maybe just over. Maybe I'll go 127 if we're being really kind of accurate.
You've got the DD's Burger van. There's another ball needed. I'm not sure that's because they thought they lost one, but there's 2 balls on the pitch.
It's a bit strange now, isn't it? This situation with the balls.
It's a thing
maybe
now, isn't it?
Has someone not inflated them properly, or is there an actual issue with them?
Well, I guess it is someone's job to inflate the balls correctly. We talk about NFL. Was it the New England and Tom Brady? And
yeah, Tom Brady.
Allegedly, or was it actually allegedly that he did it? Deflated the.
Let's leave that.
But there's a ball gate here. They've had to 2 or 3 times now. They've had to change the balls due to a ball issue. One on the pitch style seems okay. Forest Green aren't playing too bad either. Wealdstone 0, Forest Green Rovers 1. 39 minutes gone here on BBC Radio Gloucestershire. Half time will give you all any more action from Modern Road, where Cheltenham Town lost by 2 goals to 0 at Doncaster on the early kick-off. And the latest scores across football and rugby pyramid for teams involved in Gloucestershire. Robson defending in his own half, taking the ball off Bolgwin, playing it up line. That's one back by Wealdstone through Dyer. Osadebe put a challenge in off for a throw. Osadebe, I think, is playing well in the midfield today.
He's been everywhere, hasn't he? So energetic, willing to go forward and track back, help his teammates out wherever he's needed. And he's just so calm on the ball, which he is now, wriggling away from 3 or 4 Wealdstone players.
Robson put the ball across to Osadebe to work hard to win that. He did, though. Too Long, crosses the halfway line, got space. Osadebe's continuing his run. Long didn't see it, though. And McAllister stops his run. Osadebe just slows down. Look, McAllister, let's get the ball back on the right hand side. Osadebe, the edge of the area, clips him towards the far post and goes off for a goal kick. Not the best ball into the box where both Garrick and Deutsch were lurking. Good half of Forest Green so far. I guess the biggest disappointment is that they maybe haven't got 2. Not really a clear-cut chance to get the second, but you think the way they dominated the play, before the Garrick's goal may hit the post, Deutsch had that chance after 3 minutes, trying to clip the ball just when the keeper was coming towards him. And Wealdstone, you're right, there's not been too many clear-cut chances. They put the ball across goal a couple of times, and that's where it's caused Forest Green issues. So the player down for Wealdstone, off the ball as well, which normally means it's game over. Get a chance for the Forest Green players and the Wealdstone to bring on some fluids, despite only being 4 minutes till half-time.
It's a warm day, isn't it? So keeping hydrated is important, and even just to get those instructions from your technical staff as well. But I don't think many Wealdstone players have gone over, maybe 1 or 2 on the far side. The rest of them closer to us, aren't they, really? Just talking amongst themselves.
I can't see the players down for Wealdstone. I think it's Connor McAvoy. There's likely to be some movement on the bench for them, where they can survive till half-time. But when a player goes down off the ball, you normally think something's gone. He's looking a bit dejected, is McAvoy.
Yes, when they sit and they put their hands on their shins and just kind of lean over.
And look sad.
Despondent. And you're right, it was McAvoy who has had that injury. He's being escorted off by the 2 medical personnel for Wealdstone.
I think there's going to change on the bench.
Yeah, there is. The numbers just being input into the board.
I think it might be Adrian Mariappa coming on.
Substitution for Wealdstone in the field.
Correct.
24 Connor McAvoy, replacement number 19 Adrian Mariappa.
Mariappa comes in to the defence. It's a shame when a player goes off injured. He's looking really dejected himself. I'm not sure what it was either. You didn't see what he's holding. Something's gone. It's a bit of a bitty end to the first half. Still 3 minutes of normal time to go. There's going to be 2 or 3 minutes added on, you'd imagine, for that. Players have got some fluids on. And play restarts. Bunker wins the 50-50, forward to May, looking to find Deutsch. It's headed off him. Bunker, I guess they head onto it, goes behind him, and Reed comes away with it. Spreads the ball to Walker, is forced away from goal in the penalty area, to Carriol. Carriol in the box, goes past one. Looking to get past McAllister as well. Stops his run, plays the ball into that 6-yard box. Header goes in, comes off Innes. Big calls a handball. Referee's thinking about it and not given anything. And it eventually gives the handball and penalty after 5-6 seconds. The ball played off Ryan Innes. And it took him such a long time. You can hear he was deep in conversation with the assistant referee. And just as you thought the half was drifting out, Wealdstone have a penalty.
Well, they took an awfully long time to decide that, didn't they? The referee wasn't going to give it. He was running away and then made eye contact with his official. And then it just seemed like an eternity, really, didn't it? Everyone kind of stopped playing, apart from Forest Green. The Wealdstone players were adamant, right in the face of the referee, that was a penalty. A handball, I think it was against Ryan Innes.
Yeah, I think it came off, it ricocheted.
Just decided to give it, didn't they?
But it could have been the right. It probably was the right decision. It did come off Ryan Innes' hand. The right decision, fair play. But the assistant referee didn't wave his flag or anything. So, penalty to Wealdstone to draw level at half-time. Ted Kahn in goal for Forest Green. versus Reed, who's going to take the penalty. We said the chance of Wealdstone coming from putting balls into the box is exactly what they did. They got a penalty from it. Reed looking confident, Can filling his goal to draw level. The stroke of half time. Reed steps up 12 yards out and scores for Wealdstone to draw them level. Sends Ted Can to his right, goes down the middle, and Wealdstone are back level, one apiece.
Yeah, brilliant penalty. Keeper, really, it's a lose-lose situation being a keeper, isn't it, in the penalty situation? If it goes in, you know, there's no chance you can really guess. And he dives one way, the player puts it the other, or puts it down the middle. But yeah, it's one of those where if you pull off the save, you're a hero. If it goes in, I don't really think you're expected to save it, are you?
4 added minutes here in the first half, and a completely different team talk. Maybe we were confidently saying Forest Green were controlling the first half. I think they were, but we were saying also that Wealdstone were threatening Forest Green, putting the balls into the box, and yeah, it's just in the handball, wasn't it? It just, whether it ricocheted up to him, I do think it hit his hand, but it's whether it was ball to hand or in an unnatural position. But the referee would have thought had a better view than the linesman. He took an age to give it.
Well, that goal could also now spring Wealdstone into life, give them confidence going forward. And obviously they're fighting down the bottom of the table. That's a lifeline for them.
Absolutely. And Forest Green, I think they were dominating most of the first half, but they've got that goal level, they've got a bit of belief.
But when you get those chances, you absolutely have to take them. They've got their penalty, they've scored it. They are now on level terms.
Yeah, and Forest Green maybe could have had a chance to get their second. They got themselves a free kick. Cottrell having a word with the fourth official. I'm not sure whether he's, I think they're looking at the replays. They've got their own cameras, haven't they, Forest Green, and it's all linked up, and whether he's pointing to it, trying to show the fourth official the replay.
That's futile at this point, isn't it?
Yeah, no VAR in the National League. And look at the scorebook, it's given us a penalty, and he scored from it, Wealdstone. Innes in his own half, had a minute of that added time already. Now one apiece. McAllister on the right, can't find Doidge, but it's cleared for a Forest Green throw, 10 yards up from the corner flag, taken quickly to Bunker, back to Long, who gets up in a bit of a tangle as well to win another throw. Had 2 minutes of the added 4 already. Long, I think that's going for a long throw. Innes goes into the penalty area. Let's see what Long's long throw's like. As he leans back, goes into this penalty area. Players falling all over the place, and it goes off for a goal kick. It was a bit loopy, wasn't it, Long's throw?
But it was long.
It was, yeah. One apiece here, and so we're in the last 90 seconds of injury time. Wealdstone levelling through the penalty spot. And I think Forest Green still are better the two teams. But look at the scoreboard, as we said, it's one apiece.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter, does it? The only thing that matters is how many goals you score.
Here's Wealdstone, they're looking to get the ball into the box again, but it's overhit and Can clutches it. Looks for his options. Doidge wants it played quickly at field, he rolls it to Innes instead. In the last seconds now of injury time. Forest Green deep in their own half with Innes. To Harris, Robson gets it, looks to go past his man, wins himself a free kick, and the referee gives nothing as Robson was pushed off the ball, and May putting a strong challenge in himself. And Wealdstone get themselves a throw. That's a pretty obvious Robson foul then. He's got taken back trying to touch and go past his man. A foul on Robson. Baldwin with the throw, midway in the Forest Green half, gets the ball back. Garrick puts the challenge in. And again Wealdstone get the ball back, and they got a chance to go in front. The ball played in and charged down by Robson. Again calls a handball. Doidge found. Clears to McAllister, who peels away on the right hand side. Forest need to be quick here to get to the throw. I'm not sure they have enough time to take this throw. We've had the 4 minutes already. They're looking to take it quickly. Forest Green might have one last throw. I think he's allowed to take it. He's got to do it quickly though. We saw last Saturday the referee blew up because they're taking too long to take a throw at the half-time whistle mark. But they're letting Forest Green take this through long. We're in injury time now in the first half. And he's still not taking it long. Still hasn't taken
Just
it.
caught in two minds.
He's just got to take it quickly, plays it short and gets the ball back, and there goes the half-time whistle, and the referee shrugs his shoulders and thinks, what else do you want me to do? You took almost a minute taking that throw in, and that's going to be half-time.
Yeah, he was caught in two minds there, wasn't he? Completely. He was going to go long, set it up for the long throw-in, and then had the option to go back. And he kept chopping and changing his approach, and then ultimately he goes short in front of him, not long or backwards, and the referee well within his rights to stop play.
Interesting first half. Forest Green going ahead through Garrick a few minutes after May hitting the post and after thought he'd had a chance to beat the keeper. And have a quick look at Steve Cottrell having a right go at the referee. I think Steve Cottrell might have seen footage of that handball and penalty because he's letting his views heard, isn't he?
Yeah, well, he's not shy, is he, Steve Cottrell? And he will, if he feels he's justified, he will stick up for himself and his team. And we know that. So yeah, you've probably seen that. But that's something they have to now get over, don't they, Forest Green? And as I said, Wealdstone looked dangerous when they put the ball in the box. They got their penalty because they put the ball in the box, and then it was subsequently headed and knocked against Ryan Innes' hands, and they got their penalty and they scored it. But apart from that, I don't think Wealdstone play ultimately through the middle. They do like their channels, and obviously putting balls into the penalty area is where they thrive, and it's paid off for them today.
Garrick with that open after 19 minutes, and Forest Green enjoying the majority of the play and possession and the chance in the first half. However, a penalty given away by Ryan Innes, who an alleged handball, which gives the referee took an A should give when he's communicated with the assistant referee or what. Didn't look the most confident with it. Eventually blew up and pointed to the spot, and Reed levelled on the stroke of half-time. 4 minutes of injury time. Forest Green could have put a chance to put the ball into the box, but ran out of time. And the referee blew it for half-time. Interesting that the half-time team thought Steve Cottrell. I'd imagine he's going to say, look, keep going. I think Forest Green have been dominating the play and putting Wills under pressure. So I guess Steve Cottrell said, just keep going, you're doing well, and just see what we can do in the second half.
Yeah, and also we've had Ballgate as well, so we don't know if that's making an impact. The pressure of the footballs, the players that are currently warming up with them, they look okay, but the referee's clearly not happy at times, is he?
No, it's not. Half time though here at Wealdstone. All to play for in the second half. It's Wealdstone 1, Forest Green Rovers 1.
Thank you very much, fellas. Billy Hunt, Ruben Cowley, your commentary team, one apiece then at half-time here on BBC Radio Gloucestershire. Second half commentary to come from Wealdstone, and then, of course, at 5:30, we're off to the south of France for Montpellier against Gloucester Rugby, our third commentary match of the day in the last 16 of the European Challenge Cup.
Steve Kitchen.
BBC Radio Gloucestershire.
Let's have a look around the half-time scores then, and we'll start in the Premier League. Lunchtime kickoff finished Everton 1, Arsenal 1, and Dye's second half penalty levelling things up after Leander Trossard had scored the opener in the first half for Arsenal, so more frustration for Arsenal fans, being held one apiece at Goodison, and once again Everton proving they are a very difficult side to beat at the moment. Crystal Palace 1, Brighton and Hove Albion is the half-time score in one of the 3 o'clock games. Jean-Philippe Mateta is back and back scoring goals. His 16th of the season in all football. Danny Welbeck got the equaliser for Brighton. Crystal Palace 1, Brighton and Hove Albion 1. Liam Delap has scored his 12th of the season for Ipswich. They lead Wolves by a 1-0. Big game, that one, at the bottom of the table. And it's West Ham 0, Bournemouth 1. Evan Nielsen is on a great run of form at the moment for the Cherries. West Ham fans booing some of them at the half-time whistle. West Ham 0, AFC Bournemouth 1. Into League 2 then, where we know it's our early kick-off finished Cheltenham Town 0, Doncaster Rovers 2, with those 2 late goals for the visitors. Other lunchtime kick-offs, Walsall 2, Port Vale 3. That win for Port Vale put them top of the table. Tranmere Rovers were 4-0 winners against Chesterfield. Huge win for them in their battle to keep out of the drop zone. At half-time, it's AFC Wimbledon 0, Harrogate 0, Bradford 1, Crewe 0. Crewe entertain Cheltenham Town in midweek. That's a game you can hear live here on BBC Radio Gloucestershire. It's Bromley 1, Accrington 0, Carlisle 1, Newport County 2, Colchester United 1, Notts County 0, Fleetwood 0, Swindon Town 1, Grimsby 1, Morecambe 1, MK Dons 0, Barrow 1, and Salford City 2, Gillingham 2. Into the National League, second place York City were 3-1 winners at Fylde in the lunchtime game. In the 3 o'clock kickoffs, it's Altrincham 1, Yeovil 1, Braintree 1, Barnet 1, Gateshead 2, Dagenham and Redbridge 0, Hartlepool United 1, Ebbsfleet 0, Maidenhead United 1, Tamworth 0, Sutton 0, Southend United 1, and in our commentary match, of course, it's Wealdstone 1, Forest Green Rovers 1. The evening kickoff today is Eastleigh against Halifax Town. Into your local football. Tough first half at New Meadow Park today. They trail by 2-0 Gloucester City in the Southern League Premier South. This was 4th against 5th today in the division. Goals in the 4th and 23rd minute. A free kick actually getting that second goal for Dorchester at Gloucester City. In Division 1 South, Bishop's Cleeve got off to a shaky start. They were a goal down at home to Shaftesbury. Since then, Ross Langworthy has scored twice. Jay Melshensky again on the score sheet. 3 goals in around about 4 minutes for Bishop's Cleeve. Gives them a 3-1 lead at half-time. Cinderfords, they're at home to Wilham Rovers, conceded in the 39th minute, and that's the goal which separates them at the break. Cinderford 0, Wilham Rovers 1. In the rugby, well into the second half, 2:30 kickoff for Hartbury against Chinnell. And Hartbury at the moment leading by 17 points to 14. Elsewhere, Coventry are losing. If it stays that way, Hartbury would be up to 3rd in the championship table. In the cricket, Gloucestershire at last bowled out Derbyshire for 391 at tea. Derbyshire then lead by 169 runs as Gloucestershire prepare to bat for the second time after they were bowled out yesterday for just 222. Big 118 from Madsen, the Derbyshire captain, right in the middle of the batting order for Derbyshire. The real mainstay of the innings, and then Gloucestershire not helped by a late innings from Zach Chappell. He made 61 batting at number 9, just what Gloucestershire didn't need. At one point they looked really well placed, 271 for 2 with Derbyshire, suddenly found themselves at 290 for 7, but then came that stand which just delayed Gloucestershire's push to get the final wickets. Derbyshire then 391 all out, Gloucestershire 222 in their first innings, and will be batting next after the interval there for tea. Let's go and get some reaction to that 2-0 defeat for Cheltenham Town then today. First of all, how it happened. Your commentator was Peter Matthews.
So a 4th successive defeat for Cheltenham, 4 games as well without a goal, but the game hinged on a moment in the 56th minute with a second yellow card for Cheltenham's on-loan midfielder Tim Dieng. Dieng had been booked with a soft yellow in the first half when he didn't retreat from a free kick. Then he went in on senior and the referee showed him a second yellow card. Thereafter, Cheltenham were always up against it, although they battled extremely well against a side going for promotion. Not much in it in the first half. Cheltenham had 2 chances. Dieng's header wide at the first half, and then a shot from Thomas when probably should have done better from the edge of the penalty area. At the other end, Gibson shot over for Doncaster. Cheltenham were definitely in the game until the sending off. Very difficult after that, although they did look as if they would get a deserved point until late on. Molyneux skipped past Jude Boyd, put a ball into the back post. Sterry fired home via deflection off Tom Bradbury, and then with Cheltenham chasing the game, Sabara went through, his shot saved by Day, and Rob Street followed up to make it 2-0. Cheltenham 0, Doncaster Rovers 2.
Well, afterwards, returning captain from injury, Scott Bennett spoke to Peter Matthews.
Scott, in the end, you feel pretty frustrated to have lost that?
Yeah, definitely. I think we were really in the game until obviously the sending off. There wasn't really anything in it. Neither team had created loads, but it was a pretty even game. And then going down to 10, I thought we were defending quite well. So disappointing to lose in the end.
Joe Day, even with 10 men, doesn't have an awful lot of saves to make, does he?
No. Other than the 2 goals, I don't think they created anything other than that, and maybe the one that he missed on the 6-yard box. But that's to be expected. You're going to come under pressure when you're down to 10. But then we created even 1 or 2. The one that was nearly an own goal went for a corner. So we were still in the game. So it's frustrating to obviously concede so late on as well.
Overall, though, improved performance.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, I've not been involved myself, but the last couple of weeks haven't been good enough. We've had a firm sit down and chat as players, as staff as well, because we know that's not good enough and that's not us as a group. So that was a lot better, and now hopefully we can kick on for the last 5 games.
Was there a players only meeting?
We had a little chat in the change room, but it was mainly us all together upstairs. We all win together and we all lose together, so it's one collective. So it was nice to do that, get that out the way and then move on. And then obviously today was a lot better, but we've got to carry that on now.
Appreciate you haven't been involved personally, but you're still very much a member of the group, and I'm sure in your career there might have been 1 or 2 other times when teams have had to have a sit down either by themselves or with management. What sort of things go on in those sort of heart-to-heart sessions?
I think it's slightly different as the time's gone on. You wouldn't get away with a lot of what used to go on back in the day. There would be a lot of pinning up against walls and stuff. So now it's a lot more sit down, chat through it. If you don't agree, you might have a bit of an argument between yourselves, but you've got to look at yourself first. All of us know that. After every game, I'll look at myself before I look at the team, and then I'll look at the team. But as a collective, if you look at yourself first, you're helping the team. So we sit down, we have a good chat, and then we sweep it under the carpet and move on. And as you see, it was a lot better until we went down to obviously 10.
Any complaints about the sending off?
A little bit. I think it was a bit harsh. They've both gone in for the ball. He's slightly late, but obviously he's not meant to hurt him. He's gone in to win the ball. But that's football nowadays.
And from a personal viewpoint, you must be delighted to be back again.
Yeah, delighted to get on the pitch. Been frustrated in the last few months. Little niggles, and then with my knee I haven't been able to quite get it right. So it's been frustrating. I always want to be out and try and help the team, even if it's from the bench or starting, whatever. So it's been very frustrating, but on a personal note, yeah, definitely good to get out there, get 90 minutes under my tank, in the tank as well, which is good.
And talking to the manager, there have been times when you've been very nearly back, and then you've had a little bit of a setback. Is that fair? Yeah, that's where the frustration comes in. I think I just got back from my knee and then picked up a little calf injury, and then obviously get back in the team, play at Newport, and then pick up the knee injury again. So it's frustrating, but that's football as well. That's part of it. But hit it hard with the physios, and glad hopefully to be back for the rest of the season. And in terms of playing at the heart of that defence, what's it like playing alongside Stam Stubbs? Yeah, it's brilliant. Me and Stubbsy seem to get on well as well, so it's a good partnership. It's one that again, it's frustrating that I haven't been able to be on there with him, but he's a quality player. Stubbsy goes around his business, deals with the ball. Nothing really like sexy as they'd say on the ball, but he just does what's needed for League Two, and he's very good player. And you're obviously somebody who can play a variety of different positions. You can play at the back, you can play at midfield. Do you think there's a possibility you might be asked to be playing midfield in the next game with so many midfielders out? There could be. Like I say, I haven't really thought about that, but yeah, definitely with so many out, like say Youngie and now obviously Tim, he might look at that. Not 100% certain, but I've always said through my career, I'll play wherever I'm asked. I think at Exeter I've proved that. I played everywhere except for in goal. So if that's where he needs me and that's what's best for the team, I'll put my 100% into it. 5 games to go. Overall, how would you sum the season up? Again, probably frustrating is the word. We started not very well, which is kind of to be expected. So many players gone and so many players coming in. New manager, new ways. Finding your best 11 almost, and then got the ground running a little bit, picked up some wins, and it looked like we might challenge towards the top end of the playoffs, but then we faded away in the last few weeks, which again is, like I said, it wasn't good enough, so we knew that as a group and we had to sort that. Cruel new defeat today for Doncaster Rovers. Scott Bennett captaining Cheltenham again, back from injury, but again it's no goals for Cheltenham Town and no points, I'm afraid. For Forest Green Rovers at half-time, well, it's level pegged.
Yeah, wins up a free kick as well. May and McAllister over it. Maybe McAllister needs to chip it up for him to whack it on the half volley. So what, about 30 yards away from goal? May, looks like he's gearing up to take it. Looks like he's gearing up himself to have a shot as well, you know. Innes is calling for it. It is May. Has the shot. It's well taken. Hits the crossbar. That was inches away from being perfect. Oster David looking to find Gag. Comes away from his man. Into the air. Might have the shot. Does have a shot. And scores for Forest Green. Fixes his position perfectly. Drives on forward. Fancies a shot. And Jordan Garrick put the visitors 1-0 up. Harry on in the box. Goes past one. Looking to get past McAllister as well. Stops his run, plays the ball into that 6-yard box. Header goes in, comes off Innes. Big calls a handball. Referee's thinking about it and actually gives the handball and penalty after 5-6 seconds. Penalty to Wealdstone to draw level at half time. Reed steps up, 12 yards out. And scores for Wealdstone to draw them level. Sends Ted Can to his right, goes down the middle. And Wealdstone are back level, one apiece.
And that's the way it is at half-time. Let's return to second half commentary with your team here on BBC Radio Gloucestershire, Ruben Cowley and Billy Hunt.
Thank you very much, Steve. Welcome back to Wealdstone as both teams making their way out from the changing rooms, and it's a real nice old ground. They're literally like an old clubhouse, aren't they? It looks like a scout hut in the corner where they're coming out, and they've got to go through the members of the public to go through, and the stewards just shutting the doors when they're coming out, and they're both coming out. Looks to be the same 11 for Forest Green. There's no, I don't think there would be any obvious changes at half time because they were playing quite well.
Yeah, I think that goal caught them out, caught them by surprise. They weren't expecting to concede a penalty, let alone a goal. But yeah, I think they were playing really good football up until that moment, and then it just took them a little bit of time to settle, really, didn't it? Half time came, but yeah, Forest Green certainly in an attacking sense looked really positive. But when Wealdstone put the ball in the box, they look a bit frail at the back.
They do, yeah, but and there's only from that penalty that Wealdstone have got that equaliser. So no change for Forest Green. So Can in goal, the back four of Long, Innes, Harris and Robson. Midfield of Bunker, May and Ossa Davey, and Deutsch, Garrick and McAllister up front. I think Garrick, I know he got that goal, but him and Ossa Davey in the middle have been quite impressive. Forest Green. And McAllister on the right, he's had a bit of space. Referee's assistants just finished checking there's no additional holes in the nets. No changes either for Wealdstone. There was that one in the first half when McAvoy went off injured coming on from Mariappa. Baptiste in goal, Baldwin, Woodman, Mariappa, Carriol, Randall Cisse Dyer, Crushman in the midfield, and Reed and Walker up front. Forest going from left to right, so they're going to be going towards those 130 odd Forest Green fans away to our right hand side. Probably going a bit more uphill as well, I think, as well. Wealdstone going to our left towards their own fans. Innes didn't pick up a yellow card for that handball. Handball, nothing given. I don't think there's any yellow cards given in the first half at all from referee. Elliot Swallow. And there's a throw for Wealdstone. 10-yard serpent from the corner flag to Mariappa. Plays it to Carriol, back by the corner flag, and it goes off for a goal kick. Fizzled up for nothing then for Wealdstone. They had a decent chance to put the ball into the box.
Yeah, and you went for a walkabout at half time, didn't you? Did you see the Wealdstone Raider out and about?
I looked, I went Raider watching, but
yeah.
no one asking if I wanted some anyway. More than normal.
More than normal.
As kind of thinks I'm going short for that goal kick, but gonna go long. Yeah, I'll say which way the wind's going in terms of whose favourite could be. It was real swirling. It's okay here, but I did go that little walk to the toilet. As soon as you get out of this tin stand that we're in, you can hear it swirling around. Feel it. Ossa Davey wins himself a free kick, bit of a high challenge on him on the ankle. Forest Green think about taking it quickly. Referee says you can't. It's going to see if Ossa Davey's all right first.
Yeah, it's a sore one for Ossa Davey, isn't it? It studs across the top of the foot, which is also always a sore one, but he's walking away quite okay now, isn't he?
Yeah, he wants to stay on for this free kick. It's only about 15 yards or so inside the Wealdstone half, but a chance to play the ball into the box. May's over it. That's going to have a chance from this distance, 45-50 yards. Wealdstone got quite a high line outside the penalty area, clipped looking for Innes, wins the header across goal, finds Harris. Of course a handball there, not given, as from the Forest Green fans and the players on the pitch. No deliberation there, and the referee straight away said no. Well, that's quite vocal from the Forest Green fans behind the goal.
Yeah, and the players adamant that was a penalty, and the same end where Wealdstone got theirs from, but referee nice and decisive, very quick as well, wasn't it?
Rightly or wrongly, sometimes you see referees level things up if they, in those sort of situations. But yeah, thought it wasn't a handball and let play carry on. Wealdstone in the Forest Green half now. falls back into their own half. Carriel taps it to the captain direct to Marek on the left.
Change of captain in the second half for Wealdstone, isn't it?
Interesting, as Coble goes into the penalty area, has a shot, it's well deflected, and the second chance goes for them, it goes wide. That was a glaring chance there for Tyler Walker. The first shot was charged down, fell to Walker, unmarked in the penalty area, and that should have been Russell in the back of the net.
Yeah, absolutely. It falls to him perfectly. He sends it goal bound, and Ted Can's scrambling to get in front of his goal line to maybe get a block on, but he kind of stumbles and falls towards his far post. But luckily for him, it just goes wide of the other post, doesn't it? I'm not quite sure how that didn't end up in the back of the net.
We've going to continue a few like that in the last 2 weeks. As Can's goal kick goes straight out for a throw-in, rattling around inside this stand, unmarking a player from the second ball in the box. Someone should have been on him. Was win a throw in their own half. McAllister forward to Oscar Davies, takes it quickly, can't go past his man. Baldwin takes the ball off Oscar Davies. Bunker wins the ball back. May looks up, sees Doidge. Keeper thinks about coming to the edge of his area, and Doidge gives away a free kick for a little shove in the back into the defender. He's frustrated himself then, Doidge. He didn't need to do that.
No, but also the keeper, Baptiste, was almost outside of his box, wasn't he? Ready to clear that up in case anything went wrong.
May slices his kick, Innes is there to mop up, and May heads the ball to Bunker. He brushes past one challenge, slows play down, back to Innes. Innes to Harries. He goes long looking for Doidge. Doidge troubling with the sun, heads to his left hand side, finds Osadebe. Can't believe his luck with Osadebe, how much space he's had. Goes back to Robson, he gets dispossessed, and Wilson have the ball back on the halfway line, and it's clipped to the left hand side. Goes straight off for a throw. It's not the best ball there from Case Cisse. He just thinks, he looked at the pitch, I don't think it took much of a bobble, there's no one there. But it's 1-1 here at Wealdstone after 49 minutes. Go back to the studio, Steve Kitchen's got the national results.
Yeah, Grand National's been won this year by Nick Rocket, ridden by Patrick Mullins for his dad Willie Mullins. Last year's winner I Am Maximus came in second, and Grange Clare West third. That's a 1-2-3 for Willie Mullins' yard. Iroko, ridden by Gloucestershire's John Joe Jr., came in fourth, and Meeting the Waters was fifth. I bet you didn't have that one at 33-1, Nick Rocket, did you?
No, I didn't. Well, we were trying to look at the national runners earlier on the trip down. No real. Obviously, I go with quite detailed and try and find a funny name. As Osadebe and Garrick on the left-hand side. Osadebe in the middle. Garrick can't find him. He doesn't go to Doidge either, and it's cleared by Wealdstone. You know, my theory is what's got a funny name. Not really any funny ones there in the lineup today.
That's always disappointing, isn't it?
You go for my seconds for colours. I'm just looking for. There's a few green and blacks like the forest green home kit. Let's get you some, maybe some reaction on the national. Full time here. Orange and black was the colours of the jockey who won it. The referee, orange and black today. Maybe Mr. Elliot Swallow went for that with the colours. He's got the orange top and black shorts. Doidge, 30 yards out. Got a bit of space. Taps it to Long on the right. Got some time on the edge of the area, got players in front of him, got players to go back to Bunker, too long to McAllister on the right hand side. Osadebe to the unmarked May, 25 yards out, can he do it again? Has a shot, takes a ricochet, and the keeper does well to recover and goes to his left hand side and clutches the ball. Yeah,
it's actually a really good save because he's already committed and dived to where the original shot was going before the deflection, has to quickly rearrange his body whilst on the floor in that sand pit. Dives back and clutches it, saves it, but it was a good strike from Adam May. Just kind of rolls it out of his feet, doesn't he? Saw the gap and went for it with his right foot, and after last week, why wouldn't he?
Steve Kitchen's match day here. Leaves Radio Gloucestershire. Wealdstone 1, Forest Green Rovers 1. Early kick-off in the football at Wadden Road. They lost by 2 goals to 0 against Doncaster. Montpellier host Gloucester in the rugby with a 5:30 kick-off as Robson goes down the left-hand side. Listen to the cricket as on the BBC Sport website. Don't do it yet though, because Forest Green are putting the ball towards McAllister, and it gets a touch, but it gets nipped off in the second time round from Wealdstone for a Forest Green throw. Hartbury football tomorrow in the FA Vars Semi-final second leg, trying to overturn that 2-goal deficit. Commentary on that on BBC Radio Gloucestershire. In the cricket, which you can listen to on the BBC Sports website and at Derbyshire, 391 all out at tea. Gloucestershire 222 all out, and will resume their second innings after having their sandwiches. Any other second half goals in National League, Ruben?
Yeah, Ebbsfleet have pulled one back against Hartlepool. That's 2-1 in that fixture, and I'll go through the rest of them in a couple of minutes' time. Wealdstone have a throw-in, and just a word on their change of captain. It's the substitute Mariappa who now has the armband. He's taken it off of Alex Dyer.
Dyer should get a yellow card there, who was wearing the captain's armband. Wasn't very captainy, taking slight and Arthur Davey there.
Yeah, he goes over and apologises immediately, doesn't he? Acknowledges that that's a bad foul.
Arthur Davies down. Might need some treatment. Referee's going to see if he's okay before brandishing Dyer that yellow. Yeah, so I assume Mariappa must be the club captain. He picks up the armband after coming on from the bench. Arthur Davey is going to need the physio to come on. It's just thinking it might be his ankle.
Yeah, it's his left ankle, isn't it? He's not comfortable at all.
There's a nasty challenge then. He got away from Dyer. He gets that yellow card.
Well, it gives me a good opportunity now to go through those National League scores. Altrincham, Yeovil 1 apiece, Braintree, Barnet 1 apiece, Gateshead 2-0 up against Dagenham and Redbridge, Hartlepool 2-1 up against Ebbsfleet, Maidenhead United 2-0 up against Tamworth, Sutton United are 1-0 down against Southend, Wealdstone Forest Green, as you know, is 1-1 here, and then there's the late kick-off between Eastleigh and Halifax.
Arthur Davies back on his feet. It's going to be a free kick to Forest Green, only about 6 yards or so inside the Wealdstone half, but a chance for them to put the ball in the box. It's again a really, really high line from Wealdstone. Well, about 10 yards up from the penalty area.
Yeah, and this has an Adam May clipped ball towards the back post, written all over it, searching for Ryan Innes's head. Let's knock it back across goal. And then he'll prove me wrong by playing it short.
The physio's taken the long route back. Ross Davies got off the short side here. He's been told he can't come back on. The physio's got to go back to the dugout. Ross Davies got to wait 30 seconds, so stretch it out, whatever it is. So Forest Green down to 10 attacking this. Miss May free kick. It's really high line from Wealdstone. May plays it right-footed, looking for Innes, plays the ball into the penalty area. Harris is there, chests the ball down, leaving it as Wealdstone gives a corner after Bunker put them under pressure. Arthur Davey would love to come on for this. He's shouting at the referee and the linesman.
Well, they're ignoring him, aren't they?
Yeah, saying not yet. Referees probably won't let him on till after the corner's taken.
To be fair to him, I don't think he's been off for the amount of time he needs to be. Well, the referee looks over, waves him on.
Yes, he says go. He gets the cheers from the floor of the Forest Green fans here in the main stand. So Forest Green attacking this with 11, which is just really, because it's not Arthur Davies' fault he was injured after that free kick. Corner from May. Play towards the near post, headed clear from the Wealdstone defence. McAllister sprinting hard to get the ball back to May, who tried to get past him with a bit of trickery, but Wealdstone get a boot in and clear. Robson finds McAllister, who plays the ball off for a throw-in. He's under a bit of pressure then. Wealdstone did well to put a bit of a press on Robson and McAllister.
Yeah, I think that might have hit our car in the car park as well. So that's gone over the stands.
Yeah, with the car park here, when it's sunny, which it is today, and dry, in one of the Sunday League football pitches behind the clubhouse.
Yeah, I think we parked in the centre circle, didn't we?
Yeah, I hope they're not playing there tomorrow. As Can retrieves the loose ball. Truthfulness, 56 minutes gone. Not had too much of a touch, has he? Can, the Forest Green keeper, in the second half.
No, he's a little bit busy in the first half.
Deutsch goes past his man, wins an advantage, places it to McAllister on the right, gets taken down again. McAllister the ball edge of the area, puts the ball towards Garrick, who gets a touch there, but not before Baptiste clutches the ball on the floor.
It's brave goalkeeping. He's rubbing his head as the goalkeeper, but he dives out, doesn't he, low. He doesn't spot the Forest Green player. Garrick's storming in, trying to get a touch on it. And he clutches the ball as the keeper. It's really good goalkeeping. He could have conceded a penalty if he made contact with Garrick, but he hasn't.
And plays it long to Baptiste. Innes looks for Arthur Davey, who wins the second ball and gives it to Long. to Davy. Doige wants it in the middle. Davy takes it back to Ryan Innes. He's under pressure, plays it back to Can. Want to watch that bubble. He plays it to Harris on the left-hand side. Forward to Bunker. To May. Forward to Long on the right-hand side. Bit of space, it crosses the halfway line. That took a bit of a bobble when it goes off for a throw-in. I think that was right in front of us. It did seem to just take something away from the trajectory of him. 58 minutes gone. Wealdstone 1, Forest Green Rovers 1. Doige chases down Baptiste, whose arrow goes to May. He has a first-time shot and goes wide of goal as the keeper was off his line. Doige putting the pressure onto him. Scuff clearance went to May. If that was goal bound, it would have gone in.
Yeah, and I think he's well within his rights to take that shot on. First time it was controlled, wasn't it? It was just sweeping further and further away from the goal. Maybe the wind took it as well. Good work from Christian Doige up top to charge down the keeper and put him under that pressure and force him into that poor clearance.
Still don't think there's any need to make any changes on the bench, but if Cottrell wanted to, he can use Ben Tozer, Tom Knowles, Teddy Jakes, Joe Quigley, Harry Cardwell, Luke McCormick or Brandon Fleming. Approaching the hour mark, and some managers start thinking about subs. It's quite warm out there as Doige looks at McAllister on the right hand side, but McAllister's first touch takes him away from the penalty area. He's been well marshalled by the defender. May back to McAllister. Wealdstone put men back behind the ball with Long on the right. McAllister makes an overlapping run, who he finds by the corner flag as he wins himself a free kick. No, he doesn't. He gets legitimately tackled, falls to his feet, goes back up and still maintains the ball. And Wealdstone give the ball away back to Long. McAllister puts the ball in left-footed, looking for Doige, who gets a good touch onto it. Back to Robson, looking for Long, hits the ball back to Davy, takes a decent touch to Bunko's shot goes well over the bar, over the stand, into one of those other football fields behind the goal, off for a goal kick.
He scored from those positions before, Bunker, but I think the ball took a bobble as it hit his foot, and he wasn't really set for it, was he? Got underneath it, leaning back, and goes straight over the stand into the field. But Forest Green getting in positions. Carl McAllister did so well near the corner flag. Didn't really have any support, did he? He was doubled up on. Referee didn't give him a foul when he thought he had one. And then he ends up whiffing a ball into the back post where Christian Doige brings it down, and that chance comes from.
Our mark has come and gone. Gloucester City are trailing by 2-1. Watts with the Gloucester City goal against Dorchester. Free kick for Wealdstone just inside the Forest Green half, probably about 6 yards or so. They'll be looking to play it long into the box. Oh, really had a shot in the second half, which on Wealdstone in front of the home supporters.
Well, they had that chance that they really should have scored.
They put the ball into the area. Long the defensive header goes behind them, you're right. There's early on in the second half. Another player unmarked in the area. Goes off that free kick for a throw, Wealdstone's way. It's Mariappa to take.
I've just seen an advertising hoarding that quotes the Wealdstone Raider, "If you want some, we'll give it you," and it's got his little picture next to it. You can see it.
For orbital fasteners. As Wealdstone can take the throw, played it into the box. One back by Walker, plays the ball into the 6-yard area, and does defensive duties there from Jordan Garrick of all people, hoofing the ball clear. Wealdstone putting the pressure on the Forest Green defence.
They found their voices now as well, haven't they?
As Dyer goes back to Woodman. They have, you can hear the home fans getting behind them. Robson with the header, looking for Doige on the halfway line. Holds the ball up well, it gets dragged to the floor. Sure, that should be a free kick, it is. It's been taken down by Bolgerin. Might get a yellow card, referees. Blowing his whistle a few times. No card given. Doige, I think, is asking the referee, well, why not? Because he was trying to break for Forest Green. Garrick on the left, after that free kick's played short. May to Bunker. Draws two men in and goes past them well. Finds May, finds McAllister, goes away to the right hand side, looking to find Long, gets rebounded off for a Forest Green throw. Ryan Ennis plays, throws it to Long, he might have another long throw. He's gearing himself up for it. Ennis isn't in the area though. He goes short to McAllister instead. Back too Long, puts the ball into the box first time. Looking for Sir Davy, his shot goes into the ground and off for a goal kick. Good chance there for Sir Davy.
Was that a header? Yeah, header into the ground. Yeah. I've got a pillar right in front of me that perfectly obscured Sir Davy and his attempt on goal.
I thought you were going to blame the hay fever. It was headed into the ground. It didn't look like your normal header, but it went wide and he tried to get the keeper wrong-footed. 63 minutes gone. Wealdstone 1, Forest Green Rovers 1 here on BBC Radio Gloucestershire. The second of the trio of games with Gloucester Rugby France Montpellier with half-5 kick-off. Here the groans because Mariappa allowed the ball to bounce and McAllister drift past him. McAllister going towards goal. Deutsch in the middle, looking for Deutsch, is over hits, and Deutsch as well just to keep the ball on and might have won himself a corner. He does just that. No, he's offside actually when the ball's played by McAllister. And McAllister puts his hand up to apologise for Deutsch. Again, McAllister could have potentially driven forward and had a shot.
Yeah, he uses his left foot, the outside of his left foot, to play a ball into the penalty area. Looking for Christian Deutsch. Just a bit too much on it for Deutsch really to do anything with. Rolls out for a goal kick, but McAllister did so well in the first instance. Knocked it past Mariappa and then just kind of skipped by him, charged forward, and then hit that slightly overhit pass in the path of Christian Deutsch.
Wilson have won a throw midway in the Forest Green half. They slow play down, let Baldwin take it. Seeing he's warming up for Forest Green, both Cardwell and Quigley. Looping throw towards the penalty area. Bunker wins the first header. Long looks to clear. Gets the ball back second time. Plays it forward. There's no one there. McAllister a long way from that in his own half.
Go inside! Go inside!
Carriel gets the ball in, goes into the Forest Green half and gifted about 20 yards there. Lunges a bit of the sand on the pitch, and Oscar Davies sees the ball and tries to win the ball back, then gets dispossessed and gives away a free kick. Cisse did well to win that. And Wealdstone just getting back into this game. You can hear the fans around us believing that as well.
Yeah, you mentioned the sand turfing up from underneath May's feet. There's no sprinkler system here either, and it's a very dry day. So the pitch suffering a little bit from that, and the ball just not really having the travel that it would like. And the sand does just fly up everywhere. It's noticeable when the keepers do something in their penalty area where most of the sand is.
40 yards out, right in the centre of the pitch, this free kick. Taken by Crushmere. Well clear by Forest Green first time round. Also Davey wins himself a free kick and they wanted the advantage. The referee said no, he'd already blown his whistle. And Bunkers take the free kick instead. That's given time for Wilson to get back into their positions. And Harris leaves it for Can. It's all a yellow kit, goalkeeping kit. Gets a feel for the ball. There's been no deflated balls in the second half, which is good. 66 minutes gone. Wealdstone 1, Forest Green Rovers 1. Cam plays it long, looking for McAllister, who loses out on the 50-50 but does win himself a throw midway in the Wealdstone half. Long let's take it quickly, goes back to Ryan Ennis. Being charged down and pressed by Reed. Does Harries. And the header goes to Parthos Davey. He finds May, forward to Long, to May, to Robson, to Garrick on the left hand side. Controls the bobbling ball. And Wealdstone quite well organised behind the ball. Bunker looking for options, goes wide to Long. Go back to Innes, plays it forward to no one in particular, just being well hassled there, and Wilson come away with that, being well drilled down the Wealdstone. Again, the home fans find their voice. In the cricket, Gloucestershire have started their second innings, 10 without loss after 4.5 overs. Commentary on that on the BBC Sport website and app. Robson trying to march the ball out for the goal kick, does so successfully. Not much of a run-off area, is there, on the pitch? It's quite a narrow, small pitch here.
Yeah, it is, and that brings in the feel of the fans as well. They're really close to the action, all four corners, aren't they, of this ground?
It's one of those pitches where you can lean on these advertising hoarders, which you majestically jumped over
without any issues at all
before the game. Karen thinks about going short, tells his players to go long. I'm going to move on the bench, read the teams, apart from that injury forced up on Wealdstone in the first half, saw Mariappa come on. Cairns goal kick goes off for a throw-in to the delight of the home fans behind him. It was quite dramatic, the build-up for that, wasn't it? He was thinking going short, going long, big run-up, and to go straight out for the throw-in did make them pretty happy. So that throw subsequently from it goes down the line. Bunker wins the header, goes off for another throw though. It's got a bit of yardage, Wealdstone.
Just applying a bit of pressure here, aren't they, the home side?
Yeah, slowly but surely, just getting closer to goal. Throw into the penalty area. Bunker wins the header again. It's one back by Dyer. Forcing to get the ball away. The shot comes in again, goes over the bar from the edge of the area. From the Wealdstone player.
And again, that's into someone's back garden. So
yeah, some kids live behind the goal.
Yeah.
Every other weekend, you're awash with nice balls. Deflated, but decent balls.
Yeah.
Cam with the goal kick. Thinking about going short. The problem is they don't want to go short, but Wealdstone are wary of it. They're keeping 3 men up right on the edge of the penalty area.
I think the problem Can has in goal now is he's kicking into the wind. So he'll avoid going straight down the middle of the pitch if he can. He'll pick a side, and hopefully the players can get a flick on or bring it down. But here he goes.
Goes long.
It holds up, doesn't it? Plenty of backspin.
Yeah, it does. And Bunker's header goes behind him. Sidderford winning 2. As the shot comes in, it's a powerful one. Sidderford nil, Wellington 2, sorry. Later score. That's Sidderford, struggling this season. That goal gets taken quickly to Harries.
Well, Wealdstone have had 2 quick fire chances, haven't they, at goal? Not afraid to pull the trigger when they get in the area.
Garrett gets dispossessed quickly. Wilson's had a bit of a purple patch, and Harry's forced to clear.
Yeah, they've got the momentum now, haven't they? Wealdstone, the fans are right behind them.
They might go long for this throw. As Mariappa goes to take it long. They're waiting for the huge Woodman to go into the area. It's almost higher than Ryan Innes. Long throw for Wealdstone. 70 minutes gone. Wealdstone 1, Forest Rovers 1. Played into that 6-yard box. Bunker with the header, goes behind him. He's going for a corner, goes off for a goal kick. Took a touch on the Wealdstone player last.
You think Forest Green might contemplate taking the short goal kick for this one to counteract the wind?
Yeah, but they're wary of it, Wealdstone.
Yeah. So Can has got 2 options either side of him. Innes and Harries. He does use Innes.
Just a word in attendance, 1,441. No breakdown of the Forest Green fans. Bunker. Back to May in his own half. Harris goes to the left to Robson. Goes past his man, crosses the halfway line. Gets a shove in the back. The referee gives nothing. Forest Green have it in the just inside the Wealdstone half. Falls back though to Bunker. Spreads it to Innes to draw a couple of players into him, and gets charged down by Alex Reid. Thankfully Harris is there to mop up, and the ball gets played back to Can, who's under a bit of pressure today, isn't he? Can, with this distribution, finds Long, and McAllister gets the ball nipped off him, and wins this off a throw midway in the Wealdstone half. a movement on the bench. It's like Harry Cardwell's coming on, and another. I'm not surprised now to see those subs, I think, for Forest Green. They've just not been impressive going forward the last 5 or so minutes. Cardwell and someone, could be Quigley. Osadebe to McAllister, forward to Long. Is it overhit? It's not. Long does well to clip it towards the far post. It's overhit though. Didn't need to play it that powerfully, but Robson has it on the left hand side. Another ball into the box, looking for Doige with the header, and it goes into Baptiste's hands. I think it could be Quigley coming on, and Cardwell. Bunker back to May.
It's Teddy Jenks jumped in ready,
Teddy
number
Jenks,
21.
Yeah, sorry, it's Teddy Jenks coming on, not Quigley. Yeah, so great to see Teddy Jenks coming back on for Forest Green. Osadebe in the Wealdstone half. Guy wins himself a free kick, being taken down off the ball. And here comes those changes for Forest Green. First seeing Harry Cardwell coming on for, I think, Christian Doige, who's put a Christian Doige shift in.
Yeah, and he's done well with what he's had. Again, at times limited supply. Maybe should have scored in the first half.
And the second sees Long come off for Teddy Jenks. A warm welcome back to Teddy Jenks. I imagine going that right back position. Maybe that's probably also Davey might be pushed back to right back, and Jenks playing in the midfield.
Yeah, Jenks takes up an advanced position immediately, doesn't he, in the centre of the field. And Osadebe has dropped as the last outfield player back for Forest Green, just inside of Wealdstone's half.
Move on the bench for Wealdstone as well. Giorgio coming on, replacing Carriol.
Number 3, Anthony Giorgio.
Giorgio coming on.
Gets his round of applause, doesn't he? Carriol as he comes off the pitch.
74 minutes gone, good 15 or so minutes of normal time to play. The subs to have an impact. Forest going to have this free kick on the left hand side. Ennis Harris are up there. Again, a high line of Wealdstone. McAllister over it. May's the short option. McAllister clips it in towards the near post. Looking for Cardwell to Innes, who's looking to get a shot away. He just made it back for himself and he wants to play it to someone, but there's no one there. And Reed goes on forward. Jake's trying to stop his run, but plays the ball forward. Osadebe as well to intercept. Jake's immediately called upon defensively, tracking back and trying to stop that run. Giorgio brings the ball down well, and Wilson have the ball back with the defence of Baldwin.
I think he's already hurt himself, the substitute. He's just holding his foot, isn't he? He's just gone down right in front of us.
He's gone down, just come off the bench, Giorgio. I mean, his warm-ups probably is. Wilson coming down to 10, but they're going forward. Alex Reed into the area, wins up a free kick. And Harris wasn't happy with that. Giorgio might need treatment. He's going to talk to the linesman.
Yeah, Carl McAllister's just trying to tell his number 7 counterpart that his player's down and they might want to delay this free kick. Don't think anyone actually over there noticed on the bench for Wealdstone, did they?
No, but eventually the physios come on. So Wealdstone down to 10 as it stands, and they're going to play this free kick with 10. But it doesn't matter how many players you got, I think it's going to be a shooting position for Krashma.
Yeah, I think if you hit this hard and low, just because of the bobbles that we've experienced today and the sandy nature of the goal mouth area, this could be absolute chaos.
It could be. It's a big moment in the game. 76 minutes gone. Might be a sub for sub, so Giorgio.
Yeah, there's someone getting ready, isn't there?
Yeah.
Doesn't look good at all, does it, for Anthony Giorgio? He's just come onto the pitch. He's really despondent in front of us. Still on the pitch at the moment, so the referee can't resume play for the time being.
He's only a yard or so on the edge of it. Gets up, and he's
in a lot of pain. In a lot of pain.
Yeah. The bench looking over to see if he's going to be okay. He doesn't look to be okay. And he might be coming off. He's certainly hobbling.
Yeah, I think he's just just testing it for now, isn't he? And the medical staff are just in conversation with the bench, just to see if he can continue or not. But he's walking further and further away from us.
Yeah, it doesn't look like. Yeah, you can see the fourth official's board. It's going to be coming off shortly. Josh Grant coming on. Not the longest appearance for Anthony Giorgio.
Number 27, Josh Grant.
So Grant coming on, but that means nothing because it's all about this free kick. Max Krishmar over it. 25 yards out, pretty central. In front of the home support. Krishmar over it. Well placed, and it's a good save from Khan to his left hand side. Did well to cut it off with a corner, not into the path of anyone else. Gets the high five with his teammates. Went for place of more than power, so it gave Khan enough time to get there.
Yeah, Khan used both hands though to palm it away, didn't he? And now Forest Green have got this corner to defend. You can see how windy it is. That corner flag is nearly on the floor.
It's on the 45, isn't it?
Yeah. I may have exaggerated. It's not nearly on the floor. You're more. Your description's more accurate, but yeah, it's definitely picking up, isn't it?
Corner to Wilson, clipped well into the 6-yard box, and it's looking for the tall man of Woodman. His header goes off for a goal kick. Forest Green to make another change. Tom Knowles to come on. Fourth official's busy, getting his board ready. It might be Jordan Garrick who gets the call over before the board goes up. It is Jordan Garrick who scored the Forest Green goal in the first half.
Substitution for Forest Green, number 24, Jordan Garrick.
Knowles gone to the right, pushing McAllister to the left-hand side.
Yeah, just wonder if the pace of Knowles is something that Forest Green will look to exploit in this last 10 or so minutes. Down the right channel, you know how quick Tom Knowles can be. And again, Can gets the ironic jeers as that goes out of play.
It's one took a last touch off a Wilson player, and Forest can have the throw in. Cardwell making it back for himself, finds Robson, taps it to McAllister, who plays it to Osadebe, edge of the area, thinks of having a shot, places it, and it goes well wide over the bar and wide off for a goal kick. Good chance of Forest Green.
Yeah, really well worked between Cardwell and McAllister. I think there are 3 players on the edge of the box really that could have taken a strike. Osadebe stopped it, maybe could have hit it first time, and rolled it out of his feet, didn't he? Just leaning back with his right foot as he sent that towards the goal, and it goes over the slightly shorter stand off to the right behind Baptiste's goal. And he'll now have this goal kick which he'll take with his right foot. It goes over the halfway line. It's a big old kick.
Give us some more score updates in the National League and Premier League shortly. As Forest can have a throw in their own half. Firstly in the Premier League, Ruben.
Yeah, Everton Arsenal finished 1 apiece. Crystal Palace lead Brighton by 2-1. Ipswich and Wolves 1-1. West Ham United Bournemouth is 2-2. Aston Villa Nottingham Forest the late kick-off tonight.
More changes on the bench for Forest Green. Luke McCormick to coming on. Forest take the free kick quickly, looking for Knowles, putting the pressure on Will Randall. Harry's in with a mess. Here comes Wilson to make it 2, and it goes in for second. Forest Green didn't wheel the bouncing ball. Wilson went through, to the ball off Harris, went through one-on-one, tapped it home, and out of nowhere Wilson are leading by 2-1.
What a disaster that was. Forest Green, it was so simple to clear. Innes told Harries where to put it, send it back to the keeper. He just got himself all confused, and poacher's instinct, Reed just gets behind him, strips him of the ball, sends Harris to the ground. He's one-on-one with the keeper, rolls it into the bottom corner, and that has sent the home fans into a frenzy, because that means so much to them and their season in survival in the National League.
It was unfortunately just, you got to put your fingers at Harry's fault.
It's an error that the players now need to rally behind him. He needs to pick himself up and they need to go again. The Forest Green errors do occur, but they're more highlighted when it does lead to a goal.
Harvey Bunker being subbed off.
Substitution for Wilson, number 16, Will Randall.
No, I think it might not be Harvey Bunker. It's actually the 16. It might be the 16 of Will Randall. Where Bunker thought it was his 16. It's Osadebe coming off. Is that Ben Tozer coming off? Quigley,
I believe, is one of them.
And you've got to give credit to Reed. He's kept his cool to slot it past Can, but Harry's, as soon as it happens, on the floor, lying down, detonated, knowing it was his fault. Oh, that's harsh. He's been subbed off after that. Ben Tozer coming on in his place. And
yeah, that's,
is that a reaction to it? I don't know.
That's going to sting even if it's not the case. It's still going to sting a little bit, isn't it? But you just never know if this was the idea anyway. But Forest Green have got about 8 minutes plus injury time now to find a goal.
Yeah, well, they've got to start the first half. I think they're expecting Forest Green to be trailing by 2-1, but Wealdstone drew level just for half-time when they pounced on error from Forest Green, and now they'll be just sitting deep and clinging on to potentially a vital 3 points, and Forest Green's search for an away win continues. Knowles cut to Cardwell. Does the plays the ball. Oh, he gives away a free kick, then he can dive in and won the ball, referee, and that's what all the teammates and the fans and the bench of Forest Green are saying. He's going to get a yellow card. He showed too much of the ball, but he did so well to recover and just win the ball back.
Yeah, I'm not so sure that that's a great challenge from Cardwell. He loses the ball. It's a poor touch, and then he tries to make up for it. I think he's left the ground, and it's a little bit naughty. If it is a yellow card, I'm going to have to say, in my opinion, he's lucky to get away with that. There's no malice in it. He's trying to win back the ball where his first touch has let him down, but I think the nature of the way he's gone in, on a different day, any different referee might.
He gets the yellow card.
Yeah, I think he's lucky for that.
Gloucester City 2, Dorchester 3. Interesting that Ben Tozer comes on with Hank's penalty, by the way, for Gloucester second. I guess if Harris has had a mare, it'd be the sensible. I know you've got egos to. Not that it's full of it about the egos, but I know you don't want to hurt his pride by taking him off. But he looks a bit vulnerable. Suddenly, you think, well, let's bring on Ben Tozer a bit more reliable.
Yeah, but if that sub was already the plan, it's just unfortunate timing of the substitution. I don't think Steve Cottrell's the type of manager to do that. Protects his players at all times. We know that. So I don't think that's going to be a reactionary thing.
84 minutes gone. Wealdstone 2, Forest Green Rovers 1. Well, they had a really good chance at the start of the first half of Wealdstone when they should have scored 2. Forest Green have had chance themselves. Chances maybe they could have had better chance to shoot. They've passed too many. As Bunker looks for Cardwell quickly on the pitch as well now. It's going to be a completely different game. Cardwell putting another challenge in. His tackles are flying in, and the referee eventually points the Forest Green's way for a free kick. It's in front of the Wealdstone dugout. And Forest Green, it's almost just time to throw the kitchen sink at them.
Yeah, but Wealdstone will try so hard not to let this slip. They're defending a lead that is pivotal to their survival in the National League. And fair play to them, they've kept plugging away all afternoon long. They've never looked like they were down and out at any given point. And they've kept to their game plan, and they've taken their 2 chances.
Yep. No, I think got a credit to them. They're fighting for their lives at the bottom of the table. Right, free kick to Forest Green, a yard or so in there. And searching for either Tozer or Innes, but the offside flag went up, and that was poor again for Forest Green.
Well, if the result stays like this, Wealdstone will go to 18th in the league on 48 points, level with Solihull, who are 17th. Dagenham and Redbridge on 43 points would be just above the relegation zone in 20th, and it's Boston, Maidenhead, Fylde and Ebbsfleet who make up the teams in the drop zone. So this is massive for Wealdstone.
It is, and hey, look, credit to them. I think it's been a nice club, nice feel to it. Jakes in his own half, plays it forward to Knowles. Knowles goes down the right, looks to go past his man, but he does well to stop the runners Mariappa. Innes taps it back to Tozer, come off the bench. To May, clipped forward looking for Cardwell, who Again, well read from the defence of Wealdstone. Off for a Forest Green throw. Tozer thinks about going long. It's going to be Tozer time for the first time today. Still a long way from the corner flag. But he leans back. 3 minutes of normal time to go. Wealdstone 2, Forest Green Rovers 1. Throw into looking for Innes. It's pulled to the floor, and the referee gives a free kick the other way. So you can hear the Forest Green fans, they were claiming a penalty. I don't think it was that much. But I'm not sure how the referee gave a free kick against Innes.
No, it's one of those ones where it's late in the game, emotions are heightened and charged, and the referee just wants to keep order, doesn't he now? And this gives Baptiste in the Wealdstone goal great opportunity just to eat a few more seconds off the clock.
Absolutely.
Just stretching his hips out there before he takes this goal kick, just to take a few more seconds away.
Forest Green played well today. Probably couldn't say the same against Fylde a few weeks ago.
No, I think Forest Green have been really positive when they go forward, especially in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half. The game changed, I think, when Wealdstone made their sub and brought on Mariappa. That maybe disrupted the way Forest Green wanted to play, but in the first half, certainly, they looked really positive going forward.
Free kick given away by Harvey Bunker. There's a player down for it. I think he's going to be okay. It's just a chance to eke down a few more minutes for Wealdstone. They're leading by 2-1 here on BBC Radio Gloucestershire. That's in the last minute of normal time. Got about 5 minutes or so of injury time as well. Forest Green looking to try and rescue a point, let alone thinking about getting all three.
We should also say that that player could also legitimately be in a bit of pain.
Could say that.
He's holding the back of his buttock.
The free kick goes straight off for a goal kick.
Wonder if he maybe got a knee left in.
Can with the goal kick, takes it short to Tozer. He gets himself caught in the sand there in the penalty area. Innes forward to Jenks. He falls over on the pitch, but made as well to recover in the ball back for Forest Green to Knowles. Taps it to Bunker. Finds Robson in space. Heavy touch on though by Robson, and Wealdstone come away with it. Yeah, you just saw Jenks it just fell over, didn't he, himself? But it was because of the pitch.
Yeah,
just got caught up in it.
I think it's all becoming a little bit untidy now.
4 minutes of time added on. Quickly. Leaves it for Robson. To McAllister. To Bunker. Wealdstone camp behind the ball. May. Forward to McAllister, edge of the area. Back to Knowles, thinks about shooting. Places his shot, forced to save from the keeper. Wide to Jenks. Jenks puts the ball back across goal. Wins self a corner. Good work from Forest Green.
It's a good save from the keeper. Plants his feet. Gets nice strong contact behind it. Just parries it away. Forest Green now with the chance for the corner. May go short for the option, but one of the Wealdstone players follows him in.
They need to take it quickly, Forest Green. Can't dawdle too long on this. They do take it short to May. Back to McAllister in the area, thinks about shooting, stops his shot. Back to May, puts the ball towards the far post. Innes with the header, goes wide of the goal for a goal kick. And there might be one more chance for Forest Green, but we've only got 2.5 minutes of injury time to go.
Like Ryan in his header wide was the key for a few fans in front of us from the Wealdstone end to get it and decide they've had enough.
Wealdstone fans in full voice, and who can blame them? Going from behind, leading on against Forest Green. Back to the huge goal kick, going from one end of the pitch to the other. Bunker got a knock on the back, referee gives a free kick. Tozer thinks about taking quickly, he does to Bunker, or to McAllister. McAllister looking to get on the left hand side through Robson. Looks for the ball into the box. Can he find quickly? He can't. And Wealdstone clear. Bunker's header goes to the left. And Tozer taps it intelligently to McAllister, who ball goes straight off for a throw-in. 90 seconds of injury time to go. Forest Green still trailing by 2-1. Wealdstone slowly taking this throw. They think about swapping the throw-in taker. Don't have a trick in the book. again, who can blame them? They're leading by 2-1. The last time Forest Green won away was against Dagenham in February. Tozer gives away a throw deep in his own half. Time's ticking away. Wealdstone, as you can expect, no rush to take this throw in.
I wonder, will they go down the line towards the corner flag, or will they play it into the penalty area?
They take it short.
Yeah, they did neither, really, did they?
And McAllister goes away a free kick. No, he doesn't. It all stays on deep in the Forest Green half. Forest Green have a throw. One last chance to go long. We're in the last minute of injury time. Tozer looking to go long from his own half. Can't find Quigley, and Wilson get the ball back. Robson's heading up to hope it ball to Quigley. Finds Cardwell. Looking to find Knowles on the right. Gets the ball nipped off him. Innes controls the ball. Taps it to Knowles, still in his own half. Looks for options. Goes himself, crosses the halfway line. Forward to Robson. One last chance for Forest Green to try and draw level. McAllister back to Robson. Edge of the D to Knowles. Quigley on the left-hand side of the pen spot. There's options in there. He can put it across goal. Might have a shot himself though, Quigley. He's run into traffic. Gets taken to the floor. Finds McAllister on the left. Searching ball into the box. Hona for a Forest Green goal. It's a goal kick. And that probably is it. Thought Forest might have a corner. Well defended there from Wealdstone. You can hear the fans thinking they might be getting a big 3 points. There goes the full-time whistle. The delight of Wealdstone. The protection of Forest Green as they throw away a 1-goal lead, and Wealdstone getting 2 back, one either side of half-time. The second through a Harris error, which was pounced on by Reed to go ahead. And Forest Green, well, they lost Ruben. Maybe not as worthy as the defeat against Fard a couple of weeks ago. However, that frustration that yet again they've not had an away victory.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where Forest Green, in the first half in particular, plays such good football. They get the goal, and then they go in search of the second goal to shore it up, and they can't find it, and then they go into the second half, and the game never really starts the same way, does it, for them? And yeah, okay, the penalty didn't help things. That caught them off guard and by surprise, but credit to Wealdstone, they needed to score that penalty, and they did, and then they just plugged away all afternoon long, nullified Forest Green in the second half, pounced on a mistake, slotted it into the bottom corner, 2-1 up. They get their 3 points, and they help their chances of survival.
They did, and I guess you could say they've got a bit more to fight for than Forest Green, but I'm sure Steve Cottrell said that his team would not be fighting themselves to try and get all 3 points. It's just, you're right, it was a really unfortunate error from Harris, but he got dragged off straight after it for the placement of Ben Tozer. Just wait and see. The Forest Green fans do go and applaud. The Forest Green players do go and applaud the Forest Green fans, Cottrell as well, making a small applaud to them as well, going down to the technical area, because I think they've seen it as a different performance to the Fylde one, and Forest Green didn't take their chance, didn't test the keeper enough, and it was a strange one, but again, all credit to Wealdstone. Yeah,
absolutely. You could argue that Christian Doidge should have had his goal in the first half, where he chipped the keeper from close range, and the ball just didn't have the legs to travel into the bottom corner. And then Adam May striking the crossbar again in the first half from a free kick. But in the second half, I never really got the sense that they were attacking in the same sort of way that they did in the first half. As I said on the commentary earlier, I thought maybe bringing Adrian Mariappa on kind of changed the way Forest Green had to approach the game. He changed the game himself when he had to go forward, but disappointing result for Forest Green, disappointing day out for the fans behind the goal, disappointment for Steve Cottrell.
Yeah, Forest Green stay in third place as well. As we said, they're quite lonely there, but you never know. Oldham not playing at the moment because of the FA Trophy. They'll have another game in hand over Forest Green, and they've got to travel to the New Lawn as well. So the Forest Green, they're still in that third position. However, disappointment here at Wealdstone. So listen, stay with us with Steve Kitchen's match day. We'll try and give you a reaction from Steve Cottrell either before the rugby or at half time. Full time here at Wealdstone. Forest Green went ahead. They scored 2 goals after it. Wealdstone 2, Forest Green Rovers 1.
Steve Kitchen.
BBC Radio Gloucestershire.
Disappointment then for Forest Green Rovers on the road. That's our second defeat of the day as well. 2-0 defeat for Cheltenham Town in our lunchtime kick-off. A 2-1 defeat for Forest Green Rovers in our 3 o'clock game. We have got one more game to come, of course, live here on BBC Radio Gloucestershire. And that game is, of course, Montpellier against Gloucester Rugby. We're in the last 16 of the European Challenge Cup. It is down to knockout rugby from here on in.
What do Selena Gomez, LeBron James and Martha Stewart all have in common?
Their lives and fortunes are all being discussed in Season 3 of Good Bad Billionaire.
Yes, the podcast exploring the minds, the motives and the money of some of the world's wealthiest individuals is back.
I'm Zing Singh.
And I'm Simon Jack.
Each week we take a closer look at some of the world's mega rich.
And try to decide together whether we think they're good, bad or just another billionaire.
Good Bad Billionaire.
Listen first on BBC Sounds.
This is Match Day on BBC Radio Gloucestershire, with you right through until 8 o'clock this evening on FM, AM, DAB, Freeview and online. It's 5 o'clock. The headlines so far this afternoon. Forest Green Rovers go ahead but lose at Wealdstone in the National League.
Foster David looks fine. Garrett comes away from his man, edge of the air, might have a shot, does have a shot and scores for Forest Green. Fixes his position perfectly, drives on forward, fancies a shot, and Jordan Garrett put the visitors 1-0 up. Forest take the free kick quickly, looking for Knowles, putting the pressure on Will Randall. Harry's in the massive, was to make it 2 and it goes in for a second. Forest Green didn't win the bouncing ball. Wilson went through, to the ball off Harris, went through 1-on-1, tapped it home, and out of nowhere Wilson are leading by 2-1.
That's the way it finishes for Forest Green Rovers. Defeat as well for Cheltenham Town as they finish up with 10 men, only to concede in the final few minutes and added time to lose 2-0 to Doncaster Rovers.
And Doncaster have got plenty of space here down the Doncaster Rovers left. Sabara into the penalty. He goes, shooting chance for Sabara, saved by Joe Day, and headed into the back of the net is Rob Street against his former club. Day saved it at the near post, and Rob Street has wrapped up the points for Doncaster in stoppage time.
Yeah, former Cheltenham Town striker Rob Street coming off the bench to get the second of the afternoon for Doncaster Rovers. Elsewhere in our football this afternoon, Gloucester City have had a right ding-dong game at New Meadow Park. Joe Hanks with a penalty and now an equaliser in the 97th minute for a 3-3 draw with still they're playing at home to Dorchester Town in the Southern League Premier South. In Division 1 South, Bishop's Cleeve bounced back from defeat for a 3-1 win against Shaftesbury. Ross Langworthy scoring a brace, Jamie Olshansky scoring the other. And it finishes Cinderford 0, Willand Rovers 2. In cricket's county championship, day 2, Gloucestershire bowl out Derbyshire in the end for 391, meaning they trail by 169 runs. Gloucestershire batting in their second innings at the moment. I'll give you the latest scoreline there. 54 for 1. Ben Charles was 32 not out. Chris Dent the man out for 10. So still plenty of work to be done there. 115 runs behind. Gloucestershire needing a good day at the crease if they're to get round that one. Elsewhere in the Premier League, Everton thwart Arsenal's hopes with a 1-1 draw. Leandro Trossard with the opener for Arsenal. Everton getting an equaliser from the penalty spot from Undar.